Okay, so what I need to do now is tie that circle so that it's black. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the constraints tool again, and this time I'm going to click on the parallel tool button, and then I want to click on the horizontal vertical tool button, and then I want to select the center of this circle and the center of the larger circle, and you can see that it moves the 6mm circle and snaps it, which makes it black now. So that circle is completely constrained and I can't move it. I'm going to go up here to the create drop down menu, and I'm just going to select create a circular pattern, and I'm going to select the object that I want to create a pattern of, which is my 6mm circle, and then I'm going to the center point that I want that circular pattern to revolve around, which is the center of the 40mm circle that we've already created. The distribution we want is full, and the quantity of circles we want to go around the outside is 10. So I'm just going to do 10 6-meter circles, evenly spaced, going around the outside. Clicking OK, you can see that they all go to black, and we still have that sketch menu open here. We're going to create another circle now, and this time we're going to start our circle outside the 40mm circle, and we're just going to drag it into the inside of the circle, but make sure it's not crossing any of the 6mm circles. We're not going to dimension that yet, we're just going to place it in there for the time being. Again, that sketch we've just done of this circle is blue, and we need to constrain it. To constrain it, we're just going to go to our tangent tool again, and we want to make our circle tangent with the 6mm circle now on both sides. So we've got a tangent to both 6mm circles. However, it's still blue, and the reason it's still blue is because we haven't told the circle how big it is yet. So we're just going to hit D for dimension, and that allows us to give that circle an actual size. So I click once on the circle to pick the area which I'm going to dimension. I select again to place where I want that dimension to sit on the page, and that's going to allow me to type in. The diameter of our circle in this instance is going to be 20mm. So I'm just going to type 20 in, hitting enter. You can see now I've got quite a large circle and heaps of small circles sitting inside. And now I'm going to circular pattern that circle. So I'm just going to go to the circular pattern tool again. I'm going to select the object I want to create a pattern of. I'm going to select the center point which I want the pattern to revolve around, and hopefully you can guess by now, but I need 10 of those also. Clicking OK, and we've got heaps of sketches floating around our page. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude some of these circles. So I'm just going to hit E for extrude. I'm going to select a range of different areas here, so watch closely. So I'm going to select this surface. I'm going to select all of my 6mm circles. And I'm going to select this outer ring, and I'm also going to select the center ring. So I've got this shape that I'm going to extrude, which is going to form the part of the handle which you can grab and turn with your hand. And the distance I want to extrude this now is 5mm. So I'm just going to put 5 in that box, and if I go to home here, I can see now that it's extruded that surface out. And I want it to join. In some circumstances, when we're, if I was making this out of timber, for example, I'd need 2 pieces of timber. I would make it a new body or a new component. But because we're 3D printing, we want it to be one solid shape. So I'm just going to hit join, make sure it's on join, and selecting OK. You can see that it has extruded the handle in which is going to attach to our lolly machine. The final thing I want you to do, because it'll look really nice in your design folio, is hit on your keyboard the shortcut for appearance, which is A, and you'll get this toolbar pop up. We can go through and we can pick a range of materials that potentially could look pretty cool on our for our handle. So I can select them and basically drag them straight on. Because I'm going to be using a plastic, I'm just going to drag it and make mine look like a plastic compound. Okay, and you can change it quite easily just by dragging the appearances on. Closing that now, that is essentially your handle done. Clicking save so that you make sure your work's saved. Press OK because we've already named it, and your handle is nearly ready for 3D printing.